Hello and welcome to this channel. A few days ago, I noticed this trending topic of a young man who attempted committing suicide at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, that's KNUST, and it got me thinking, and that's what pushed me to make this particular video, because of my personal experience along those lines that the young man almost took. And I pray and hope that he gets genuine help to move him out of that state. Once again, you're welcome to Let's Share with Chidi. My name is Chidi. Now, somewhere in 2020, I was confronted with a major challenge that had to do with debt. I had found myself in a whole bundle of debt, and it wasn't direct though, because it had to do with the work we were doing at that particular point in time, the work I was doing at that particular point in time, although indirectly, because it was just a part-time thing. I became the front man to handle and face the whole debt issue at that particular point in time, and it was tough. It was crazy. Aside the threats, the police station issues and all those things, it was no joke, and it got me to the point where I broke. Like I completely lost it. And at that time, I felt that the only option was to take my own life. So I had visited the hospital some days back, and I was given some pills to take to ease the headache, which obviously was as a result of sleepless nights, thinking too much. I was completely stressed at that particular point in time. I got some days off my official work, which I was doing at that time. However, I was still going through hell. And there was always this thing where you don't need to share with anybody. You could just tell some people a part of the story, but you can't share with everybody because of this notion that you are the man. You have to handle it. You have to face it on. You have to deal with it. So although there were people I could talk to, I believe that society had built me in such a way that I felt no, there was no need talking to them. There was no need sharing what I was really going through with them. And I felt that was what was killing me slowly. That was the poison I just couldn't figure out at that particular point in time. So I actually attempted suicide on two different occasions. The first one, I had tried swallowing a number of pills, and these pills I had gotten from the hospital when I went to visit for the headaches I was facing, or the headaches that I was encountering. And I tried taking the whole thing. In fact, I held it to my mouth, about to pour the entire thing, and then someone walks into my room. Quickly had to hide the bottle. But one thing the person noticed was that I was teary. There were tears in my eyes, and then the person was like, "What's going on?" Gave me a hug. It was a lady, so the person gave me a hug and all that. But still, we didn't talk about the main issue, the trigger, the thing, whatever that was eating me up mentally. We didn't speak about it. So it was still there. And then there was a second trigger of, just take your life and you'll be fine. Just forget about it. Just take your life and you'll be fine. And that one was on an occasion where I was supposed to drive somewhere, pick the keys, got to the car, and the whole plan, I don't know where I got that plan from, but the whole plan was move the car, drive outskirts of town, hit myself against the driver's side, hit it against any hard concrete, wood, anything that could just take me out at the highest speed that I could go. So I get to the car, and just before I opened the car, I had this strong thing that kept repeating in my mind, do not drive, do not drive. And for some reason, I just couldn't open the door. I just couldn't open the door. So I called this other person. I was like, I still wanted to go out because I still felt like I needed to breathe some fresh air. And then I passed the key on to him, and then we drove. We went out, got some fresh air. But this was the funny twist to it. Regardless of the fact that I wasn't driving, we still had an accident on that day. We still had an accident, but it wasn't major. We still had an accident on that day, and it was I was like, really? So if I were in the car seat, maybe I would have executed whatever plan I had in mind. Now, that is just the end side of the story, which is exactly what this young man tried doing by jumping off whatever level he was on the floors at school. What I want us to think about or discuss is more about what pushes you there. And I highlighted just some portion of it earlier, where I made mention of society has built men in such a way that we feel we shouldn't share things when we are going through them. We shouldn't share. You are the man, you have to deal with it. You have to handle it. And then hear things like "Ben men soon, men don't cry" and all that. And for that reason, we are going around and we are on a time bomb. We are consuming slow poison, and we are dying inside, and there's nobody to talk to about it. And you are scared they will see you as being weak. You're scared. How would they see it? How would they take it? There's so much that goes on in the mind during those periods, and it's crazy. Sometimes society sees some of these things as, oh, Charlie, he's a man, he's tough. And when in the few cases where you have people really execute whatever they have in mind by taking their own life, you still hear people say, oh no, he's not serious. What at all can make you commit suicide? But brother, if you've never been in that position or never been in that state, never downplay it. And that's what society is doing to young men out there, because there's so much that eats us up inside. But we have been built not to talk about it. We are scared to talk about it. We feel we'll be seen as being weak when we talk about it. So nobody wants to talk about it. And then we are shying away from all these things. And then we are dying slowly. We are dying slowly. And it's like nobody really cares whether that kills you, whatever challenge you're going through kills you or not. However, I was opportune to have a few people who helped me out of this thing. And at a particular point in time, I was able to voice it out. I spoke to someone who was more than just a friend. He's a brother, even till date. For major decisions that I want to take in life, I always consult him. So I realized that talking about the issue was the beginning of my healing journey. Sharing it with someone, telling someone exactly what I am going through and exactly what I am thinking, not just making up stories or creating scenarios just to get feedback. No, I'm talking about you telling the person everything about whatever it is you're going through. And I pray that society relooks at this thing. Men should be able to also share, express freely with people what we are actually going through. You need to speak. We need to speak. As men, I believe we need to speak. Speak it out so that you find healing, so that you find help. But keeping it within would always push you to the edge. So we are walking around, and in our minds there's so many things, 1,001 things that we are scared to share. But I would like to urge us all on to share, speak it out, voice it out, say it exactly as it is. Yes, some will see it in a different way, others would also offer genuine support. And I believe that's where we should be getting to. That's where we should be getting to. And once again, I pray and hope that that young man gets all the needed help. One other thing I'd like to highlight is I feel the guidance and counseling departments in our various schools should be relooked at. And it should be relooked at critically, right? From senior high, in fact, from junior high, primary school, junior high, senior high, university level, there should be strong guidance and counseling systems where people can get all the needed help or the help they need. Because if the structures are well in place, then we can have good solutions to some of the things we encounter as men. This is just my side of the story, what I encountered, and I hope we are able to once again generate a conversation around this and get all the needed help that we can. Thank you for watching. My name is Chidi, and thank you for joining me on Let's Share with Chidi. Remember to share, like, subscribe. Thank you.